Can I just have a show of hands from how many people in the crowd so far have pledged Orange, and this is whether you bought a t-shirt, you got a wristband, you've pressed a like on the Facebook, you've been to a Bhai Singh Rajoana march, you put Bhai Singh picture on your Facebook, whatever it is. Can I just ask you to show me a raise of hands if you've pledged Orange in somewhere or other?
And what we often do is we remember and we shout slogans of never forget 84, and we should never forget, we should always remember. But sometimes I fear that we may become a gom of remembrance, that all we do is reflect on previous massacres and we don't actually open our eyes to what's actually happening to this very day.
Many of us don't realise that this attack was long in planning. It was in planning at least 18 months before 1984. This attack was in planning since the 70s. So the rights of the Sikhs were being encroached upon and encroached upon. Peaceful protesters were being shot at, people were being arrested, Sikhs were being tortured just for their rights, to enjoy their rights.
And Bhai Singh Rajoana has talked about this in his letters. The problem is so bad that the state had to concede that we have a problem of farmer suicide. So they've done a small, minuscule study. They found that in Batinda and Sangrur, 2 districts in Punjab, that between 2002 and 2006, 132 farmers had committed suicide. This created uproar. So Punjab's Agricultural University's Economics Department, they done the same study. They found that in that year, 3,000 farmers had committed suicide. But then the movement against state repression and the Farmers Commission, they did their own study on a larger scale. And their findings were that from 1988 to the present day, 2,000 Sikh Punjabi farmers have committed suicide every year. That's nearly 40,000 Sikhs dead without a single bullet being fired. Not one bullet has been fired.
Of those of you who have pledged Orange, how many are serious about actually resolving some of the issues that we're facing up front? If you're serious and you think there's actually something perhaps I can do, or something you want to do, and you know, Sarbjit Singh talked about the gardener of Punjab, and the gardener in Punjab is called the Mali, the gardener. If you're serious about becoming the gardeners for Punjab, then can I have a show of hands please, if you're willing to actually do something having pledged.
Punjabi is the only language that is not recognized in the Indian Union. Why? Because even the concept of Punjabi language they see as a unification where we can somehow grow stronger. They don't want Punjabi language. It doesn't exist. They take our water, they take our electricity, they take our grain and our crops. But a lot of the Punjabis at the time didn't even realize that this was happening. Sure, there were protests, but the cleverness of the Indian establishment, because we always ask ourselves, if we were being robbed from day one, if we were being worked against from day one, just like we weren't recognized in the Indian Constitution, our very faith, Article 25, our very faith isn't even recognized, why would we go on their borders and fight for them? This is where the psychological war comes in. In the schools after 47, in Punjab, they're taught Hindi before Punjabi. They're taught to salute the Taranga before the Nishan Sahib.
Let's take one step now. So if you put your hand up on either of those 2 questions, join me for the next 30 seconds in doing one more month of the part. We're going to do one more month of the part, and this is not going to start our journey. Some of us are already on this journey, some of us are miles ahead, some of us are starting maybe today. We're going to start off with one more month of the part. Imagine this being one weed we pull out of that garden that is Punjab. Happy such Nanak Hosi such 3 steps. On what path? These are 3 steps that we've taken on the path of Dharam. Dharam. You may have heard the phrase Dharam de Rakhwale. You may have the t-shirt, you may have the CD, you may have the poster. Dharam de Rakhwale, defenders of the faith. Now I'm going to talk to you guys for the next 20 minutes about Dharam. I've already said Dharam is this path that we've just taken 3 small, tiny little steps along. Dharam can mean faith. So when we talk about Sada Sikh Dharam, it can mean our religion, it can mean our faith. He said Dharam can be a path. Dharam can be righteousness.
And the other important thing is that bullets are expensive and Sikh lives are worthless. You can go to prison in India if you kill a cow. Killing a Sikh in India is not a problem. But they don't want to waste bullets on us anymore. So they think, why don't we start killing off these Sikhs and save money? How do they do this? Now this is when I talk about a faceless war. We go back to faceless war. Punjab, as we stand today, female feticide is one of the worst problems in Punjab. This is one facet of a faceless war. This is not me saying it. BBC News this year uncovered that in a small town in Patiala, this is just a small case, they found a 30-foot well where there were 50 female fetuses in that well. There's illegal abortion clinics and illegal ultrasound clinics littered all across Punjab. We have the most amount in India. India is the worst country in the world for female feticide, getting rid of girls before they're born. Punjab is the worst state in India for getting rid of girls before they're born. And ironically and tragically, Fatehgarh Sahib, where the two shortest hajj they gave the Shahidi for justice and freedom and Sikhi, is the worst district in Punjab for female feticide. The problem has become so bad that the BBC News have reported that Punjab has the lowest sex ratio in the whole of India. For every 1,000 boys, there's 700 girls.
We want to fix the solutions. 3 things. Nashe chhado, Bani paro, Amrit chhako. The solutions are staring us in the face. We can't pretend. 2012, we cannot pretend we don't know what the solutions are. You guys are educated, clever people.
The Anandpur Sahib resolution started off the Dharm Yudh Morcha, was the precursor. In the Dharm Yudh Morcha, which was the struggle to secure the rights of the Anandpur Sahib resolution, by 1982, and this is before 1984, by 1982, over 60,000 people had voluntarily reported arrests to secure the rights of the Anandpur Sahib resolution.
4,000 lives lost in Delhi afterwards. And then for the next 10-15 years, they lock off Punjab and seal it and have their fascist, wicked, sadistic way with our people. They make the rape, girls like you are here today, they make your rape legal in Operation Shuddhikaran. The rape of a Sikh woman was made legal from 84 to 95. They have laws in place called the National Security Act, where guys like you with Ramals and Pagna and Gatre, they describe you as terrorists, and when they describe you as terrorists, they say their right to life can be suspended. Under this act, the right to life can be suspended. What that means is you could be killed if you're suspected of terrorism. Killed. In this manner, they executed close to 150,000 of our people. 150,000. Look at a football ground, times it by 5, that's how many people we've lost. Whole generations gone, wiped out, finished. Then somebody like Bhai Singh Rajoana and Bhai Dilawar Singh, they bring an end to this massacre by getting rid of Byanta, who was an incarnation of this establishment, who made the rape of Sikh women and the murder of Sikh men and the destruction of our Gurdwara.
I want to go through these qualities and ask yourself, when we talk about defending the faith, when we talk about Dharm de Rakhwale, we talk about practicing Dharm, whether these are the things that go in your mind or are there some different things? So, 10 qualities of Dharm. First one, Khema, forgiveness. First quality of Dharm. Second one, Ahimsa, unnecessary murder or violence, unprovoked in anger. Daya, compassion. Satbhajan, speaking the truth, being truthful. Tab means abhyas, simran, bhakti. Dan, charity, giving away, sharing what you have. Seal, santog, contentment and peace. Trishna, the desire for Vaheguru. These are the qualities of Dharm.
Cancer research, who can argue with cancer research? They've gone into Punjab and they've said in an area called Malwa, every 3rd person is suffering from cancer. Every 3rd person. Throat cancer, mouth cancer, lung cancer, eye cancer. But the government decide that we're not going to do anything about it because we're getting rid of Sikhs and Punjabis without wasting any money.
But the Indian government doesn't like to talk economic rights and political rights. It likes to talk about communal violence. It likes to talk about how the Sikhs are anti-Hindu and how the Hindus need to protect their identity and they need to protect their culture against these militant separatist Sikhs. As a community, we need to educate ourselves about our history and where we're coming from and what our past represents and what the struggle of our forefathers represents. And until we realize and understand the context in which the Sikh-led civil rights movement and the struggle for Sikh identity and independence, until we understand the context of that movement, we will not be fit.
Something else, when he's going around from pen to pen to pen, was spreading Dharam. He was teaching people about Sikhi. Because if you have no Dharam, Dharam gives you strength. Dharam gives you the perseverance to continue and to struggle. Dharam gives you that internal pyar, that trishna, that desire for Vaheguru. Without that, how can you fight? Without that, how will you endure the tortures when they pull out your fingernails? Without that, how will you endure when they put hot burning rods inside your body? Without that faith, without that love, without that desire for Vaheguru, without that love for Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj. In fact, forget what happens to you. Without that compassion, without that dharam, how will you do anything to defend your neighbour? When it happens to us, it's fine because we feel the pain directly and we think, I need to do something to stop this pain. When it's happening to someone down the street, do we feel the same? If we had a dharam, if we were dharami, we would.
An illegal immigrant from India, that's from Calcutta, Bombay, Delhi. They come in suits and ties. They come in air-conditioned airplanes. You know why? Because they transfer from one business to another, one company to another. They have plenty of investment. They don't even need to move. They better their careers by coming here. Our Punjabi Mundi are forced to run, swim, jump to come to this country and sleep under bridges because Punjab.
I turned 30 this year.
Finished.
At what point in my life do I start thinking I'm making a decent contribution to my band? When I'm 40, when I'm 50, when I'm 60, when you guys turn around and call me an uncle and say these uncles haven't done anything? At what point do I say enough is enough and I'm going to be responsible for my own life, my dharam, and Vaheguru Ji ki Fateh? The Khalsa belongs to Vaheguru, the Fateh belongs to Vaheguru. Think about who the Khalsa is. Think about what they've done. Think about what they've endured. Think about what they're going through now. Think about their Chardi Kala. Think about Balwant Singh's face when he smiles, surrounded by prisons guard, he walks in, chant up, Khalistan Zindabad, hand in the air. Think about Sukhan Jinda when they kissed that noose. Think about Bhai Satwan Singh, who was hanged for killing Indira Gandhi, said, I'll be born again and again and again, because you are unjust and I am on the path to righteousness. Think about the people, Simfi Mahmood mentions in her book when she says, why do you fight? Do you fight for Khalistan? They said, not necessarily. So why do you fight? We fight because this is our duty. This is what our father told us to do.
28 years, still no justice. 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 We want justice. We want justice. We want justice.